All right, so let's begin the show and let's talk about a very hot topic, which is digital arrest. And we've seen several cases emerging in a very small span of time where people are facing this particular cyber fraud via emails, via calls, via messages. So let's decode in every aspect of digital arrest and how you can save yourself from becoming a victim of this particular fraud. I have with me Nitin Bhatnagar, PCI SS Director, India. Nitin, good evening and welcome to the show. So Nitin, as far as we all know, there is nothing called as digital arrest as per Indian law. How would you like to explain this?
See, I think there's nothing called digital arrest for sure. This is a nomenclature that has been given to a kind of a fraud, or a probably I call them as a deceptive tactic which has been used today by the cyber criminals, where these cyber criminals are trying to falsely claim to have authority to arrest an individual through a digital means. Now, this could be done over a phone call or probably through a communication channel like Zoom, Teams call, WhatsApp calls, and whatnot. Right? There are different modes of communication these cyber criminals are today are using, and this is where I would just wanted to tell your viewers that today the scammers are posing themselves as the law enforcement or regulatory official, and they try to threat or intimidate or to coerce the victims for transferring money or their personal information, claiming that they are involved in some kind of an illegal activities. Now, this method is to exploit, creates some kind of a fear and confusion. Obviously, that's going to happen because somebody calls from a law enforcement or a regulatory official. You just get really concerned about why I got to call this, why have I got this call from specific department. But that's also create panic in the victim mind, and the cyber criminals are playing psychologically with the individuals here to facilitate the kind of a financial fraud that we have been all hearing about. I think every day there are so many cases that we are hearing, starting from a senior doctor in Lucknow to so many cases that happened with the students in Mumbai. And it's just not the urban cities that's this kind of frauds happening with the individuals, but the rural areas are also now getting gripped by these or probably used by these cyber criminals to target for different ways to extract money from the individuals.
So, but then Nitin, I really want to understand the modus operandi, because the way these people pose as representing any legal authority or any particular legal department, they really have informations on you. They might be having your tax details, your PAN details. So, is there a pattern that is attached to it? Because when they know so many things about you, it is very difficult to actually figure out that, oh, you are going to be a victim of a particular scam. How do you protect yourself? How do you identify? There has to be some kind of a loophole or some kind of a catch that helps you understand that, okay, this is a scam that's going to happen.
I think first and foremost, before I get into the modus operandi, Kavita, I think first thing that I just want to tell your users is your viewers. My apologies for that, but is that if you're sharing your personally identified information in a closed cyber cafe, or you're sharing your contact details, your private information like Aadhaar, PAN card, passport, photographs in a place where it's not safe to share, right? And you are just handing over to someone to scan it, photocopy it. That's really a concern. We have to really put some kind of a control there when you are sharing these personal information for some purpose of photocopy or scanning or printout. You should be giving them in a pen drive or in a secure way that the person who's doing this activity of scanning doesn't get access to your details. Or probably you can even pass code or put a code on to your these documents which is safe, right? Even if he saves the document, he is not able to crack these documents. And that's where the cyber criminals get your private information, or public information that you have, which should not be shared, your private information which should not be shared within the public. Now, coming back to the modus of operandi, these cyber criminals are very smart today, and they usually are going to use these information only which they already have and they will try to contact you via phone calls or emails, or probably they use different modes of getting connect with you. They start making some calls. Initially they will start making some calls, try to understand you with your already publicly available information, and then gradually they will switch on to the video calls, pretending to be calling from a airport, police station, probably a court, could be anything that would be just beyond your imagination. And now using the fake identities, they gather pictures of actual police officers. And that's where I'm just trying to connect how they get these all information is because you are able to you are sharing this information in public domain in different ways and forms. Now they could pose you as a lawyers, they could pose you as judges, they just get these pictures even from your social media. So there are different ways. I think we have opened our identity in a public domain in a way that we are not making it secure. And we have been talking in previously also, Kavita, is that we need to make sure that our social media accounts are safe and secure. Get your settings correct, and make sure that at least nobody is able to extract your information and use it for the purpose of committing a crime. Now the last the modus of operandi that these cyber criminals has is forging the documents. Now criminals are going to send you some arrest warrants. Please don't get carried away with these arrest warrants, because these are not never going to be original ones. They will send you some legal notices. They will send you the documents that look so accurate, so authentic that you won't
Sure.
be in a position to
Right.
deny them. So
Right.
document
Right.
forgery is what I think we should be aware of.
Sure. One last question to you, Nitin. Any specific age group that's been targeted a lot?
I think the older people have been targeting today, and even now they
Sure.
have started with the young people. So I think this is the two generation that's been largely targeted, and I think they are targeting them on the scenarios of money laundering. They're targeting them on drug trafficking and whatnot. And I think, Kavita, lastly, what I would like to say also is that one of the reasons why they are getting success is because of the lack of knowledge. And many individuals are not understanding the laws, that procedures that we have in the country. And these scammers are trying to use this as one of the tool and create fear and panic in these individuals to extract or demand the money and making them, fall into the prey.
All right, I think there's a lot to discuss on this particular topic, Nitin, but unfortunately my time is up for this particular segment. But then thank you so much, and a great help to our viewers in understanding what are the different aspects of this particular new scam, which is called digital arrest, and how can they save themselves from falling victim for it. Thank you so much, Nitin.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.